Does your child talk about the same topic over and over? Dinosaurs, Minecraft, trains, space, maps, a specific YouTuber? They can list facts for hours, but when you ask them to brush their teeth or switch activities, it's like you interrupted something sacred. If you're raising a child on the spectrum, you've probably seen hyperfocus up close, and maybe you've wondered, is this healthy? Should I redirect it? Am I encouraging something I should limit? Let's talk about what hyperfocus actually is and why it happens. Before we begin, a gentle reminder, we are not therapists or medical professionals. We share lived experience and research-informed insights about nervous systems and autism. Always seek qualified professionals for individualized support. Today we're talking about something that can be both incredible and exhausting. Why children within the spectrum often hyperfocus. And more importantly, what it really means. Ready? Because this is Kind Parent Collective. Less perfect parent, more real one. Hyperfocus is not random. Hyperfocus in autistic children isn't simply liking something a lot. It's a neurological pattern. Many autistic brains are wired for deep, sustained attention on specific areas of interest. Where neurotypical attention may scan broadly, autistic attention often goes vertically, deep instead of wide. That depth isn't stubbornness, it's wiring. When your child locks onto something, their brain isn't casually engaged, it's fully immersed. Why it feels so intense? To you, it might look excessive, but to your child, it often feels regulating. Hyperfocus can provide predictability, control, mastery, calm, escape from overwhelming sensory input. The world can feel loud, unpredictable, and socially confusing for autistic children. A focused interest is structured. It makes sense. It doesn't change unexpectedly. That sense of stability is powerful. Hyperfocus as self-regulation. Sometimes hyperfocus functions as a coping strategy. If school felt chaotic, if social interactions were draining, if sensory input was overwhelming, diving into a special interest can feel like exhaling. It's not avoidance, it's recovery. When your child spends hours lining up trains or researching sharks, they may actually be regulating their nervous system. That doesn't mean there should be no boundaries, but it reframes the behavior. The transition struggle. One of the hardest parts isn't the hyperfocus itself, it's interrupting it. When your child is deeply immersed and you say, "Time for dinner," it can trigger a reaction that feels disproportionate. But imagine being in a flow state, deeply absorbed, and someone abruptly shuts it down. Now imagine your brain struggles with task switching and flexibility. The shift can feel jarring, even painful. Autistic brains often experience transitions more intensely. So the meltdown isn't necessarily about dinner. It's about neurological interruption. It's often called obsessive. People sometimes label hyperfocus as obsessive behavior. And yes, it can look rigid, but there's a difference between passion and pathology. Many autistic adults later describe their childhood hyperfocus as the foundation for careers, expertise, creativity, innovation. Deep interest can become deep skill. The key isn't eliminating hyperfocus, it's learning how to integrate it into a balanced life. The social impact. Sometimes hyperfocus affects social dynamics. Your child may talk extensively about one topic even if others lose interest. That's not selfishness, it's enthusiasm plus difficulty reading subtle social cues. They may not realize others are ready to move on. This can create awkward moments. But again, it's not intentional disregard, it's neurological difference. When hyperfocus feels all-consuming. There are times when hyperfocus can dominate the day. It might interfere with schoolwork, sleep, meals, family time, and that's where parents feel stuck. You don't want to crush their passion, but you also don't want it to consume everything. This is where balance matters, not by shaming the interest, not by banning it completely, but by scaffolding transitions and boundaries gently. Why traditional advice often misses the mark. You might hear,
just limit it. Take it away.
But removing a regulating interest abruptly can increase anxiety. It can feel like removing a stabilizing anchor. Instead of seeing hyperfocus as a problem to eliminate, it helps to see it as a strength that needs structure. Structure supports flexibility, not force. The strength in hyperfocus. Hyperfocus often comes with incredible detail retention, pattern recognition, memory, creativity, analytical thinking. What looks like too much in childhood may become expertise in adulthood. When we constantly frame hyperfocus as negative, children internalize that their intensity is wrong. But intensity isn't the enemy. Unmanaged intensity is what needs support. Helping without crushing. Supporting a child who hyperfocuses doesn't mean constantly redirecting them. It might mean giving transition warnings, using visual timers, connecting responsibilities to their interests, building routines around it instead of against it. For example,
after homework, you get train time.
Not as a bribe, but as predictable structure. The goal isn't control, it's rhythm. The emotional layer for parents. It can be tiring, listening to the same topic repeatedly, navigating rigid routines, feeling like your world revolves around one subject. You're allowed to feel that. Loving your child doesn't mean you never feel drained, but understanding hyperfocus reduces resentment. That shift changes your tone, and tone changes everything. Hyperfocus isn't a flaw. In a world that rewards multitasking and flexibility, hyperfocus can look like a weakness. But in reality, it's a different cognitive style. Many innovations in science, art, engineering, and technology came from people who could focus deeply and persistently. What your child displays now may one day become their superpower. The work isn't erasing it, it's guiding it. If your child on the spectrum hyperfocuses intensely, it doesn't mean something is wrong. It means their brain processes interest and attention differently. Here at Kind Parent Collective, we believe autism parenting isn't about flattening differences. It's about understanding them. Hyperfocus can be overwhelming. It can create daily friction, but it can also be a doorway into connection. When you show curiosity about their passion instead of dismissing it, you build trust. And trust makes everything else easier. If this resonated, consider subscribing so more parents raising autistic and neurodivergent children can feel supported in the nuances that others often misunderstand. And if today was rough, you still did enough. Catch you on the next one.